most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Let's go to work, Brad.
All right.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Haney, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
I suppose you think you're a little more famous than I am.
I don't think so, Bob. I'm
You know
shorter
so.
than you.
All right. How to fix a stiff, painful neck at home in, what is it? I can't read your writing there.
3 simple steps, Bob.
I know. A stiff and painful neck.
Oh, my
I see what that symbol is.
Well, yeah.
How to fix a stiff and painful neck at home in 3 simple steps.
Now people will think we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we do. All right. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Go to bobandbrad.com because we're always giving something away. Go to the giveaway section. We're giving away some suspension straps this week.
That's
really
right.
cool. They work really well. Really high quality, by the way, at a good price. Go to Bob and Brad on our Facebook, and it'll be pinned at the top of the page, the contest that is.
Yes.
Go to Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok for a 60-second version of our program.
That's right.
All right, Brad, take it away.
Bob, the neck has a lot of different reasons it could be stiff and painful. These particular exercises, in mine, I think you'll agree, in our opinion, was going to cover a great majority of them. And I have them in a specific order for a reason, because I think particularly steps 2 and 3, you do the number 2 first and then 3, and they complement each other in that order. But the first thing I want to show is something simple you can do if these muscles are tight, stiff, painful, a simple self-massage. Now, I'm going to show...
Amazing how well this can work.
Yeah.
And this really works well, I think, for a lot of people who have that forward head posture.
Yeah.
And they're starting to get pain right where the neck meets the skull. Yep, right where there. And this, quite often a lot of headaches come from that too.
Sure.
And by massaging that area, which you can do with circles, Brad's going to go ahead and show some techniques here.
Can you hear me, Liz? Because I got my mic.
Liz cannot hear you, so I will interpret Brad. So he's going to go ahead and do some circles. You can see, again, he's working right underneath the skull there. Yeah, and he's in a good posture while he's doing this. Now, he can also do what we call spline massage. So he brings the fingers together and pulls them apart like this. Now, this is something you can do, anywhere. Probably can't do it driving because you got to have your hands on the wheel. But you could certainly do this in the office or while you're watching TV. It's just a great one to do. Now he's working his way down the neck. Again, kind of doing the spline and pulling the fingers down towards the front. So,
oh my goodness!
There, all right, Brad, why don't you mic back up and we can. By the way, I want to tell you too, if you get a pain or numbness or tingling that's going all the way down from your neck into the arm and hand, you're going to proceed with caution on these. Probably you're going to want to do maybe more of a McKenzie technique, MCKENZIE. We got some videos on that. And that works really well for neck problems such as that.
You can try these with it, but only proceed if...
They aren't going to hear you, Brad.
Oh, wow. You could try these with that arm pain and numbness tingling, but only continue if it improves. If it gets worse, stop.
Right. All right, now we're going to the towel, right, Brad?
Oh, yes, the towel. So you take a towel roll like this. You could use a strap or a belt. Bob's going to use that strap there.
This is a stretch out strap.
If you're using a belt, a thinner one typically works a little bit better. And now we're going to start out. You can do chin tucks without this, but I think when you use it, it kind of gives it a little support and is helpful. So chin tuck here, little support at the base of the neck, not up here.
The reason I like the strap sometimes is because you actually can get to different levels of the neck.
You get specific.
So, yeah, I can get real specific. I also, there's a way of doing the towel down here.
Yep.
You can also go up like this.
There you go, different angles.
Yeah, different angles, and the facets tend to go in that angle. So I can actually do chin tucks like this too. And again, different levels of the neck.
And you're going to go by how it feels. If it feels better up here, go ahead. If not, you can keep it here.
I've seen it work both ways. You convinced me more that it actually works almost better pulling down, Brad, for the majority of people. But I have had some people that
Sure.
it works this way.
Now, as you do this, the next step, now this is not number 3, this is a continuation of number 2. Get in a chair that has a backrest so you can lean into it. And then we're going to start throwing some, we call it cervical extension or looking up with support. And we find out, both Bob and I have found out that that typically offers a lot of support and relief. You can go up like this if that feels better, or you can keep it down here. And you're going to go back as far as it feels comfortable.
What I saw, Brad, again and again is I'd first have people try it without a towel.
Sure.
I'd have them do this.
Yep.
And they go, oh, that kind of hurts. It just doesn't feel that good.
Yep.
So then we would go to the towel and they would take it home. They'd use the towel for a couple days and they come back. And by then they were almost ready to do it without the towel then.
Well, yeah, even no towel pain, with the towel, less pain, more range of motion, but still not all the way. We're looking for, full extension.
Our end goal is that you can do it without a towel and you have, full motion.
Yeah.
That's your end goal. However you get there, you might use a mix of towel and no towel.
Or you can use your hands kind of like this.
Use your hands sometimes work too.
Yeah, little tricks that we'll show you. And then we're going to go on to the last one. This is for the rotation. Now, this one's a little tricky.
It is.
You can actually rotate right to left and just give a little overpressure on your jaw.
Always really
back
good
here.
posture on these, by the way.
Yeah.
You don't want your head forward like this and then working on rotation. That's actually not good for the neck. You want to have really good posture. A lot of times, like you said, in an upright chair with a good back.
Yeah.
And then, you can give a little overpressure if you'd like along on the jaw line.
I should have mentioned it earlier, but just relaxed breathing, deep breathing is very helpful in this. If going to the right is painful, don't go that way. Just go to the left or vice versa. Go the pain-free way. And oftentimes that'll loosen up the painful way. Maybe not the first time, but after a couple days or so, and sometimes less. If you use a towel, now this is the tricky part.
This is the tricky part.
Yeah. I'm going to rotate to the right. So I'm going to take my right hand, grab the left tail of the towel that's on the left shoulder, up over the jaw, and rotate. This might bump into my mic, so you might hear me scratch a little. Make sure you don't go like that.
Yeah. I often have them even take it up to the eye, Brad.
Yep.
Sure. Like this one goes almost across the eye like this. And I'm trying to keep this shoulder from turning. So this left shoulder, I'm keeping it back. I'm not going like this along with the neck. Sometimes I even hook it around the chair.
Sure.
There's the back of the chair.
Yep, that locks it in. It's amazing what this technique does. That the support around your low neck and the... Is that okay, Liz? Am I bumping into the mic? A little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I'll go back to this way. But that wrap around the neck supports it and really offers a lot of...
I do want to show a bonus one, Brad.
Oh, it's a bonus day.
So here, what you're going to do is you can do a chin tuck.
Yep.
So you're going to chin tuck a few times like this. Brad's going to show you. And then you're going to do a side bend.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is often... the reason I brought this up is my favorite one when I'm having pain.
Right.
Because I tend to do notes like with my neck like this.
Yeah, the old Forrest Gump posture.
And so I never go this direction. And so I get tight in this direction. And this is how I get pain. So I do a chin tuck and I go to the right. Chin tuck and I go to the right. Now, yours might be chin tuck, go to the left.
Sure.
Or you might do it both directions. But generally, one is going to feel better.
Yeah.
And this is the one that's my golden standard. This is the one I go back to again and again because it definitely, when I'm starting to have some pain, that's the one that takes it away.
Sure.
So
again, you don't have to do all three of them or the fourth bonus one.
Pick the ones that work.
Yeah, the ones that really loosen it up. And it may be all three of them. I'm telling you, these are some techniques I've just grown to love over the years, Bob.
Yeah, well, I think anytime we can help people that, seriously, I mean, you give them a technique they can do on their own. You're, teaching a man to fish instead of...
what about a woman?
A man or woman.
Right,
That was the old biblical saying.
Right, yeah, back then you could see that. Yeah.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks for watching.